Hello, hello, welcome back to CGTV, and more specifically, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to London with the sun shining. Today is a very exciting day because today is the day that I collect my 250 GT Pininfarina Coupe. It's been at Joe Macari's classic workshop, which is over the road, having a load of work done to it. I touched on that in my last video where I went through all the issues with the car, and the car is now done. So it's time to go and collect it and run through exactly what's been done, because there have been some further surprises and further expenses with the car, which I'll run through, which no doubt a load of you will enjoy. You enjoy me having to spend money and not wasting money, but having my wallet drained. You seem to enjoy it, so we're going to go through that. Anyway, a little bit of misfortune, you all enjoyed that. But we're going to go through this place first because they've got some new additions in here. You know, I like a little walk around in here. I film lots of videos here. There's always fresh meat in here or fresh tofu, so let's have a little look around and see what they've got. F12 TDF, we've got a Jag, we've got a 177. That is actually really good news. We've got a laugh. There is actually something over here that I really want to show you first and foremost. This has just come in, and there's a few things about this car. It is a 348, but it's a 348 with a difference. Those aficionados out there will know exactly what that difference is. But this is a 348 GT Competizione. This is one of only 3 models of Ferrari ever made that were numbered. So a lot of cars were made in limited numbers, but this is one of only 3 cars Ferrari have ever made that's actually numbered. So each car has its own individual number, which is an important distinction to make. There was only 50 of these cars ever made, and this is one of only 7 right-hand drive versions of these cars in the world. So a very rare car. The only other numbered cars that Ferrari made was an F50 and also the 550 Barchetta. A very rare car indeed. Lots of very cool differentiating things about this car over the standard 348, which are looking better by the day. We've got a special steering wheel to alert you to the fact that it is a very special model. We've obviously got that manual gearbox, which it does feature in other cars. We've got these incredible bucket seats, and we've got carbon sills and carbon through the back there. I don't know if you can see that, but that is a very special thing. You've got split wheels as well. Very cool, very rare, and one for the future. That, as I say, only 50 of these ever made in total worldwide, and one of only 7 right-hand drive cars, and it's not immediately clear whether those are all still in one piece and around anywhere. We don't know where the other ones are, so that is actually going to be, I suspect, a very good investment. It's priced at about 250k, I believe, which isn't the end of the world. Very cool, and this is obviously what gave birth to the likes of, in the modern days, you know, your Speciales and your 812 Competiciones and your F12 TDFs and all the rest of it. This is kind of where it began. So a very special car, and some of that I didn't actually know until just looking into this car. Love that. Someone buy it. There's always some amazing stuff here. We've got a pair of 275s, as you do. 2 of them, obviously both in different colours. I mean, I'm sure that didn't escape anyone's notice there. But the differentiating points between these 2 cars is that is an alloy-bodied car and that is a steel-bodied car. Obviously, the alloy-bodied car is lighter, like the competition cars and the race cars. They had alloy panels. The chassis is obviously exactly the same, but these cars are obviously lighter, and the alloy cars are slightly more desirable. The only other difference as well, this is an alloy right-drive car, and this is a steel-bodied left drive car. But the 275 is a beautiful car, and to be honest with you, I'd be happy with either of those. There's obviously a price difference between the 2 cars. I don't know exactly what it is. They're both on POA. I'm far too poor to be shown the pricing on these things, but I do love these. Do love these, and when I eventually work my way up through Ferrari Classic Royalty, I may well end up with one of these, or go for one of these variants. Probably a steel lefty, but who knows. 296, love that. 959, covered that in my last video. We've obviously got all the kind of the royalty cars that I've covered. Most of these already. That is rich. That is so rich. Green on tan. Verde Pinot, I think, potentially. That is also rich. I mean, that's rich beyond words. They're saying they're actually running out of stock here. It's been very busy. The car market is absolutely booming, despite what people will tell you. Well, it certainly is for these guys. So actually, if you've got a modern Ferrari or anything, do give these guys a shout, because they'll have it. This is a very cool 812. It's got Monza SP2 or SP1 wheels on it. Full Novitec geometry, exhaust, the whole lot. Triple lead paint. That is a stonker. An old TGE would have jumped straight in that. That is mega. Those wheels, they are factory Ferrari wheels. As I say, it's got all geometry set up. I think coilovers, little dampers, slightly dropped as well. It's perfect, absolutely perfect. That Dino's just sold. They are preparing for an event here this morning. They are preparing for an event as well. So that's why there's tables and chairs and a little bit of a sing-song going on. Let's head over then to the Classic Workshop and go and get my 250. Right there, and here we go. We are over at Joe Macari service. If you haven't been here, the Classic Workshop is here, and then all the modern cars are now done over here. This was previously Joe Macari's business, but it was sold to HRO, and so HRO run the kind of the modern Ferrari servicing side of things. So when I had my Lusso and all the other modern Ferraris, they came in here, and this is where they work on the big boy stuff. So there's always some really, really unbelievable bits outside here. Casual 275, wow. But my car is here, ready and primed to be collected. So I've got to go in and pay the bill, but I'm going to go through exactly what has been done on this car and what the bill, I'm not going to go into exactly what the bill cost. Some of it's a little bit private, but we're going to give you a ballpark figure on what it cost. It wasn't that crazy, and it was due a service after collecting it from Octane, so a lot of it was expected, but there were some unexpected items in the cart. So first things first is the new number plate. Big shout out to Absolute Reg for helping me out with this plate. You can actually do buy now, pay later on their site. There's 0% APR. You can stretch the payments up to a year or even beyond that. And you can also get a discount with my code, which I will leave below, and all the links below this video. So go and get in the mix. But 2TG is the brand new plate that's on the car, and I think it looks rich. It looks really, really nice on the car. So first things first, it's had a full service. We're going to actually dig out the invoice, and I'm going to go through all of it. And based on the fact, it's right here, and based on the fact that these videos sit on YouTube forever, I'm not going to go through exact pricing anymore on things, because things go up year on year on year with inflation and blah blah, and then 3, 4, 5 years on, when this video is still online, people are going to come here and say, oh, but actually I saw the service cost was this, when it's not anymore. So we're not going to go into exact pricing. Right, so we're going to have to be a little bit careful here with my grubby hand on one side. So there was all sorts going on here. So I wanted the car checked over. I wanted everything actually done. Windscreen wiper on the passenger side was not working, as you can see. The C-Tech charging point is fitted to the front of the car, making trickle charging nice and easy, so I don't have to put the bonnet up and down. They always do that here. The air filters have been replaced with the correct type. The orange ones here are wrong, and the blue ones here are correct. I don't know why that was wrong. The steering wheel, actually, we'll show you that now. The steering wheel has come off, and it's down there with my Temu tripod. But the steering wheel, and this was something that I kind of clocked when I bought the car. It's delaminating, and all this is cracked and coming off. You can't really, oh, there we go, you can see. Can you see that? It was all knackered. So we got 250 steering wheel. I'm going to put that on my wall in my garage, ladies and gents. And we've got a new wheel here with this really nice effect on it. Obviously, genuine Ferrari is not going to ruin its classic case status or any of that jazz. But we've got a new wheel here. It's slightly narrower in diameter. I think it's about 5mm smaller, which actually gives it a little bit more of a sporty feel. And the wood finish is slightly darker than the other one. The one down there, I'm going to put it on my wall, and then eventually at some point I probably will get it repaired, potentially sell it on, or put it back on at next service. But these 250 wheels, there's loads of them flying around, loads of different designs, and actually I'm quite happy with that. I think it looks very cool. They're not cheap. They are not cheap, so maybe I should repair that and sell it on or swap it back at some point. But anyway, let's go back to the bill. So the engine fan wasn't coming on from new. I did quite a long drive here and risked the car overheating, which I actually didn't realise. The fans weren't coming on. New number plates, obviously, and we've got earth strapped to the rear of a water temp gauge to simulate fluctuation with dash dim adjusted. I don't know what that means, but I'm sure that was well worth doing. We have got oil filters, fuel filters. This is all servicey stuff. Brake fluid, brake cleaner, spark plugs, antifreeze, number plate, steering wheel, blah, blah. This is just the parts list, basically. They've gone through. There is another page, but a very small other page. We've got speakers. Actually, in the car, we've now got a stereo in there. hidden away. That is what these guys are really, really good at. They've got a contractor they get out to do these, and that is just fitting completely originally now in the car. You would not know that's there. I've also got sneaky buttons here, so I can take calls, stream my music, listen to appalling music very, very loudly in the car. Not that aggressive. I haven't got a subwoofer in here, but there are speakers underneath here, as you can see. And there's another one over there somewhere. I think you can see over there, maybe. There's another speaker over there. So they've got 2 speakers, not gonna rattle anyone's windows or set off any car alarms, but just very nice bit of functionality in there, and completely restorable to original. So nothing too drastic there either. That can completely come out if needs be down the line, but I'm not preparing this car for resale, but there's no drilling or anything needed. But that, anyway, is that is the bill. It did come to under 10 grand, in case anyone thinks there's, you know, tens of thousands being spent here. It did come to under 10 grand, which I think I'm allowed to say. Not that crazy. And a lot of the parts, including the oil filters and the fuel filters and the spark plugs and stuff, they're not hugely expensive parts. They're fairly readily available. So actually on that side of things, it's not that scary. The scary side of these things becomes when you do engine rebuilds, gearbox rebuilds, chassis and rebodying and painting. That's when you start getting into the tens of thousands builds. Otherwise, they're pretty mechanical and pretty easy to maintain. The wheels can be a pain as well. So if you start hitting curbs with these at speed, or start losing spokes and stuff, and bending these, and these needing refinishing, they can get quite pricey as well. But no more scary than magnesium wheels on some of your Porsche RS products and blah blah. So actually, considering this has been completely rebodied, repainted, engine rebuild, gearbox rebuild, completely restored, all the really frightening 300 grand's worth of stuff has already been done before I bought it. Actually, I'm not that concerned. Famous last words. As always, there's other stuff in here. I'm just trying to avoid any number plate. Are we avoiding number plates there? I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want to get grief. I like the guys here. This is very, very special as well. What a place. It's actually worth coming here and getting your car serviced, just to have a nose around. Anyway, I'm going to jump in then. I'm going to film my first drive video now. That is now that then. Thank you very much for watching. I'm going to film my first drive video now, so I'm going to belt a load of cameras in there and take it for a spin, and we'll listen to her fire up and get going. So thank you very much. Do subscribe, blah, 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 and I will see you all in the next video. Ciao.